quickly, there are those who think maybe Peter Obi could be a deputy or vice to a Rabbi Kwakwanso. Well, Rabbi Kwakwanso. Why the hysteria? Because Rabbi Kwakwanso believes that he's better.
Rabbi should calm down.
He said he's better academically than Peter Obi.
I said calm down. You know what Rabbi Kwakwanso did? Aisha Yesufu, I did a video. I think it's like, if I'm not mistaken, it's more than 10, 15 minutes or maybe 20 minutes video during that 2022 election. And I said to Rabbi Kwakwanso in that video, look, this should be about Nigeria. This should be about good governance. It shouldn't be about someone, me or whatever. At the time that election was going to happen, Buhari had just come, who was from the northwest, and then you're saying you're Muslim, and you're saying you too you want to come and take it. At the end of the day, it shouldn't matter wherever somebody's region is from. Do what you need to do. And in terms of geographical spread, Peter Obi had better geographical spread than Kwakwanso. At least even the election, the results that INEC finally decided, you can still say, but he didn't feel it. And I said, look, Biden was vice to Obama, even though Obama he was younger. It didn't matter. What matters is how do you move the country forward? How do you ensure that your people don't end up suffering? And then Kwakwanso felt that, he wanted to do it. And I saw one interview where he said he's a civil engineer. He's, how old did he say he was?
He has a PhD.
He has a PhD in engineering.
A former minister, a former senator, a former governor. Don't you think those political and that profile maybe towering than that of Mr. Peter Obi? You don't think Mr. Peter Obi could be a deputy to Kwakwanso? Going forward.
If Mr. Peter Obi is a deputy to Kwakwanso, I can tell you that Aisha Yesufu, will work against that ticket in whatever capacity I can. That is legitimately and constitutionally allowed. Because it's enough of the nonsense we have done over the time in this country where we continue to put the best food last.
So you think Peter Obi is better than Kwakwanso?
Better than Kwakwanso. So let's calm down, I beg. It's not about this thing. It's not about that you sponsored people to go what do you call it, abroad to go and get education during the election. Every time Kwakwanso is always entering plane where it was his pilots that have done this thing. Where is Kanu when we were talking about education? The hierarchy of education. Yes, we sponsor some people there. Where are all of those things? So as far as I'm concerned, you understand, and that's my own opinion. Somebody else might be different. For somebody else, it might be the other way around. Peter Obi is way better, and we should not be in a place where we are putting we're putting our best foot backward.
If Peter Obi decides to be a deputy, would you still support him?
No, I said I'll work against you. Know they have a talk.
No, even if it's not for Rabbi Kwakwanso, if he deputizes,
if he for anybody, whether Atiku or anybody, more Aisha Yesufu, I will work against them. He were now by first say we enter there. You never tell us all this time what we do with the kind of person we know.
So it's Peter Obi or nothing.
No, it's not Peter Obi or nothing. You asked me a question before. If there's anyone, if on the ticket there's anyone better than Peter Obi, whether
maybe an Obi.
Obi Ezekwesili. Anytime, any day.
Above Peter Obi.
Before, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili has it. You understand? Nigerians might not with their Nigerian way of they want the one that will be sweet talking them. Policy, everything. Number one. You asked me, and I said even the Peter Obi has said he's not desperate to be president, but he's desperate to see Nigeria work. Let me tell you something. In 2015. I voted Buhari because of Professor Yemi Osinbajo. I've never been a candidate of Buhari. Even 2014, no, I think October 2014 or September, the tweets are still there. You can always bring them up my tweet. I said Buhari cannot win election in Nigeria. After what happened with the 2011, riots that happened, that he could have at least said a word. Not all that, it was all over the northern part of the country. Bauchi was where they killed those coppers. People were killed. I was living in Kaduna at that time, and I said he could have said a word to put a stop to it, which was the same thing that people wanted Peter Obi to have done in 2020. I said no, he's not going to do that. And then I said he can never. I didn't vote for Buhari in 2011. Is it 2011? Yeah, I didn't vote for Buhari in 2011. I didn't vote for Jonathan in 2011. Said they were not this. I voted for, what's his name? Nuhu Ribadu. And today, as I'm speaking to, if Nuhu Ribadu is running for council, I will not vote for him.
Why not?
Because he hasn't shown he has a character.
But let me ask you quickly.
So no, let me finish before you ask me. Let me finish this one. So because of that, I have seen what it is to vote, and that was why if you remember, they said, and Buhari's case was someone who will always delegate. Buhari never does the work. Whether I was 10 years old when he took over. in December 1983. I turned 12 on the 12th of December. I turned 10 on the 12th of December 1983. Buhari took over on the 31st of December 19. I'm aware of that at the jubilation on the streets and everything. He delegated to Idiagbo. When he was what's the name of PTF chairman, he delegated to that something consortium. The acronym was APC. And then so we knew he has always used to delegate it. When he came, he did delegate, but he didn't delegate to Osinbajo. I remember that was always saying, oh, Osinbajo will take care of the economy, he will take care of security, because of the insecurity that was rife, the attack on democracy and everything, the impunity from PDP's led government at that time. And we decided with these people, okay, let's try change. And I kept saying, no, if they don't work, we vote them out again. Unfortunately, Nigerians didn't go there. So I've seen what it is. You vote for a deputy. There's nothing there. There's no whatever. They just put them by the side. I will support Peter Obi to go and be somebody.
So quickly, do you think that Peter Obi should step out of Labour Party? Because it does look like the mess in Labour Party and the cobweb of crisis is entangling.
Do I think so? I don't have a stake in Labour Party to be able to make that decision. But I will say to you, if Peter Obi had run as an independent candidate, if Nigerian laws allowed independent candidates, nobody would have been able to rig that election. Nobody. The biggest one of this thing where we had, and I even said it even as far back as 2022, when you were talking about the weakness and threat, was actually the party itself. And the way it has been behaving, it hasn't done well. But Peter Obi has been one person who feels he wants to get things to work, not just to move on, and I respect that decision. But I would say if Peter Obi today decides that he's going to go out, start a new party, I mean, there are millions of Nigerians who are actually waiting for that. The Labour Party has sort of been a threat or a weakness, should I say, in the whole thing. But we'll see how it goes. But at the end of the day, it's about the fact that he has remained the way he is. He has shown that he's not just a flash in a pan kind of a person, but he's staying on with the people, hearing the people, being the president that Nigerians voted for, and just they're giving hope to Nigerians that are fast losing hope.
On a final note, as a Nigerian and someone who has a love of the country at heart, the government is saying, look, some of our policies may bring some immediate hardship, but in the long run, it will benefit the people. And they make comparison of countries in the world where policies have gone in this direction. What kind of hope message are you able to give Nigerians today as to how great our country could be, and in the present situation, the kind of perseverance they should be able to muscle?
Nigeria has everything to be great, and God has given us everything we need to be a great nation. And so when I see people praying for Nigeria to solve our problem, I say God will not do for us what He has given us capacity for us to do for ourselves. There's a whole of great hope in Nigeria, but it's disingenuous of this administration to say that they have put policies in place that on the long run are going to yield results. They haven't. And most times you see, if you're talking about people suffering, why is it that those that are in government aren't suffering? Why is it that they're wasting so much of taxpayers' money that it's not there to be wasted? But for me, the message that I would say to Nigerians is that we have a great nation, an amazing nation, and we have everything. Our unity, our diversity, they are all opportunity for us to excel and be there. And one of the things we must understand is that we must take part in politics. In 2018, I came to that realization that politics must be everybody's business. And like Dr. Obi has repeatedly said, that we must fix politics to fix Nigeria, because that is where the people who are going to govern us, come in. And one of the things we must do is to forget about, our differences in terms of religion, in terms of tribe, gender, age, and all of that, and focus on the fact that we need to have accountability, transparency, and good governance, and to get ourselves going. And on the final note, I will say to every Nigerian that, look, if you go to any part of Nigeria and you take away the dressing and you take away the language, we all look similar. The air of poverty is the same. The untarred roads, the fact that access to good quality education is dependent on the economic status of one's family, the fact that we don't have good healthcare services, the fact that there's a lot of unemployment, the fact that, roads aren't good, people are suffering. So those are things that unite us. Why don't we unite and solve all of these problems and have a great nation? Then we can ask ourselves, who are we? Thank you.
Ms. Aisha Yesufu, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure talking to you, albeit sometimes we disagree because
It's a disagreement is okay.
Yeah,
let me just say something on that.
And I love the disagreement.
No,
even where you don't agree to something, at the end of the day, they say that I get coconut head. I know they hear what.
That's how it is. And even my husband, when he came to propose to me, I said to him, I don't like housework and I'm always sick. And he still married me and I'm here enjoying myself.
Many thanks to Mr. Yesufu. He's doing a great job.
No, he's an amazing human being. Oh my God.
So you are not the kind of independent woman who don't need men.
No, I need my husband. Like I came in here, I'm very lazy. Sometimes my husband will look at me and say, if I die, how will you cope? I say, better don't die. You sit down here and look after me.
So you are not an independent woman.
No,
you are dependent too.
No, I'm dependent in that case. Yeah, very much so. For me, I don't do anything. I don't cook. I don't do the house. I don't know the car. Like I will just sit there. They will fill the tank for me. Drive car. I don't even know how to open. I had to struggle today to open my bonnet. I don't have any.
And you are the type. If Mr. Yesufu marries a second wife, how do you cope?
I actually asked him to marry a second wife.
Really?
Yeah. Years ago, I used to tell him until he said to me, "It seems as if you don't love me," and so that was why I stopped. Because my husband, like sometimes people say that the kind of love we have, sometimes it's a bit scary. If I'm not around, if I travel, my husband is always like, like he said, he doesn't even sleep well. He's always down and stuff like that. Even the kids say it. Wow. So I'm always like, go and marry another one. Me, I want to travel. There's something that I said, let me put it on air. And I've said to a lot of my friends, if I die before my husband, ensure that 6 months, not more than 6 months, you should have another wife. I don't want him to follow me and our children will lose everybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have a great love.
You're such a lovebird.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Thank you so much indeed. It's always a pleasure seeing this other side of you. A lot of people don't know that. Oh, wow.
I do love
love wanting to. Thank you so much. And that's our conversation with Miss Aisha Yesufu.